Hello, player of the Cookie Run card game. Greetings to everyone. Before this video starts, there is one thing I want to say to everyone. After running the channel for 1 year, I finally succeeded in becoming a YouTube partner. Yeah! Thank you so much for your continued support of my YouTube channel. I will continue to work hard on makes video related to Cookie Run. Thank you again for your support. Okay, in today's video I'm going to introduce what does the purple deck look like in Taiwan. Friends who know me will know that I am a player who does not play purple decks. Because the purple deck was a control-focused deck in the set 2. Win by continuously moving the opponent's cookies from the battle area to the trash until the opponent has no cookies left to play. To be honest, this is a pretty disgusting way to win for me. However, the purple deck has added many different engines in Set 3 and Set 4. It is no longer a pure control type but has added many attack types. Like Level 2's Milky Way, Blueberry Pie, or Pumpkin Pie Cookie. The attack damage becomes very good. Can spend 3 costs to deal 3 damage. Especially Crunchy Chip. If you have Soul Jam, you can spend 2 costs to deal 3 damage. So, this also makes the Crunchy Chip a restricted card in the 5th series. The gameplay of purple decks has become very diverse. No longer just a simple control type. Moreover, in the environment of Set 5 and 6, purple will become more interesting. Because Korean players invented a very interesting deck. That deck can also be called a control-type deck. However, its gameplay requires more skills. No longer just asking your opponent, "How many cards do you have left?" And then, throwing all of your opponent's cards into the trash. So, today I'm going to introduce 2 purple decks in Taiwan. And a purple deck from Korea. Believe it or not, this purple deck will become the mainstream gameplay of Set 5 and 6 in the future. Okay, let's start the video. Mixed Soul Jam Deck. In the Set 3, CTCG added the theme of Soul Jam. In addition to ancient cookies, there are also 3 cookie cards that can be paired with Soul Jam to bring powerful effects. Among these cards, Little Wild Berry and Crunchy Chip have the best effects. So, many Soul Jam decks based on purple have been added to the meta in Taiwan, and they are still very popular deck in the Set 4 meta. Because Little Wild Berry and Crunchy Chip has very high attack power, when paired with Big Sherbet, it can become a very strong aggro deck. At the same time, this deck also has the control gameplay of the purple deck. Milky Way and Starfruit can use skills to move low HP Wild Berry and Crunchy Chip from the battle area to the trash. However, this mixed deck is quite dependent on card order. Since the 3 colors of cards are mixed. If you want to use Sherbet, you need to put the blue card into the support area first. If you want to use Dough Swamp, you need to put the red card into the support area first. Most importantly, your attacks will only become stronger after the Soul Jam is placed in the support area. If these cards don't appear in order, it will be difficult for you to win. So, when you play this deck, you can take the second turn. This is because you need to draw the Soul Jam early. It is also very important to have Sugar Glass Cookie on your first draw, as it will allow you to draw the cards you want. If you are playing against a slow deck, especially yellow, you can put the Big Sherbet on the battle area in 2 or 3 turns. Win by constantly putting pressure on your opponent. Because we have a lot of cheap and easy-to-use traps, like Dough Swamp and Scroll. You can also put a level 1 cookie on the battle area. Prepare to use the trap cards called Forbidden Grimoire. These traps can allow your sherbet to successfully survive to the next turn. Angel Cookie is increasingly used in purple decks because it can help block damage. It can also be used with the trap cards just introduced. What's more, when it leaves the battle area, you can decide to put a new cookie in the battle area. At this point, you can use Milky Way or Starfruit skills to move another LV2 cookie with low HP out of the battle area. In summary, this mixed deck has excellent attack methods and flexible control skills, which can put great pressure on slow decks. But this deck is also quite dependent on the order in which you draw cards, as there are many effects that need to work together. If the cards are not drawn in the ideal order, it may result in defeat. Mono Purple Deck. Mono Purple Deck has many different deck lists, but the main difference comes from the choice of LV3 cookies. Some people like dark cacao cookies more, because dark cacao can equip Soul Jam, making it very difficult to deal with. Some people prefer pumpkin pie cookie more because it can use the same skill effects as dark cacao, and it can leave the battle area by the cookie's skill. Otherwise, some people like caramel arrow cookie more because it has the highest effect damage, and its skill effect also prevents you from needing to perform the refresh phase. Some people prefer Stardust Cookie because its control skill can ensure that a cookie will be fainted. Whether you choose Caramel Arrow or Stardust Cookie, you'll probably only put 1 or 2 in your deck. The advantage of the Mono Purple deck is the many effect damages, including Twizzly Gummy or Forbidden Incantation in the early game, and the 2 damages of Moonlight Shard in the mid to late game. Different from Mixed Soul Jam deck, Mono deck has many good ways to draw cards. In addition to Sugar Glass, Cream Unicorn can also return card from the trash. So in the mid to late game you can almost draw the cards you want. As for tips, what you have to do is to try to make the cookies below LV.2 leave the battle area through skill effects before storing enough cards in your hand, instead of fainting and entering the break area. If you hold enough Moonlight Shard, you can deal a lot of effect damage to opponents' cookies at once. In order to store enough cards, you can play Moonlight Cookie in mid-game. Moonlight Cookie is a strong cookie with 6 HP, making it difficult to be faint on the battle area, and its control skills can discard one of your opponent's cookies. After each attack of Moonlight Cookie, you can draw 2 cards and discard 1 card. Lot of excellent trap cards can easily allow Moonlight Cookie to survive to the next round. If you have a good hand in the early stage, at 4 turns, you can boldly play 2 crunchy chips in the battle area. When you do this, it will be difficult for your opponent to fight back. As long as one of your crunchy chips faints, you can use the cookie's on-play skill to move another crunchy chip out of the battle area. Your playstyle can shift from attack focus back to defense focus, preparing for the next attack. In summary, the advantage of Mono Purple deck is that you can freely choose to attack first or second, because the card drawing and effect damage are a lot. You won't have to worry about not having enough card to use. But this deck is also quite worried about aggro decks, such as red decks. They may ruin our plans of place our cookies to the trash. Level 1 and 3 Purple Deck. During the Set4 in Korea, the Purple Deck players invented a pretty interesting deck build. Moreover, the Korean player demonstrated the power of this deck during the CTCG World Champion. entering the final with a score of 4-0, and publicly revealed the techniques and gameplay of this deck. Unfortunately, since the player did not make the deck list for the 4th series public, I will use the deck list for the 5th series instead. You can find this clip from the official live video and modify it into the Set4 version. I suggest you change the yogurt cream cookies to crunchy chip cookies. After all, the life of crunchy chip cookies is only one season left. It can be said that LV.1 and 3 type will be the mainstream gameplay of purple decks in the future. Especially when I was translating the card introduction of the Set 6 recently. The new purple LV1 and LV3 cards were quite excellent, which made LV.1 and 3 type an inevitable trend. Simply put, the LV1 engine can be used with trap cards and item cards, and can effectively protect the LV3 cookies. Therefore, as shown in this video, Korean players play Moonlight Cookie very early to attack the battle area and use LV1 cookies or trap cards to protect it. She is protected by many ways and is almost impossible to be knocked out. What a terrible thing! At the same time, the dark cacao and soul jam in your hand can be prepared for play after Moonlight Cookie is faint. The combo of these two cards is very troublesome. The opponent cannot activate trap cards, and cannot use effect damage to deal with dark cacao cookie. In summary, purple will become quite strong in Set 5 and 6. I suggest you start practicing how to play this deck in Set 4 because it is really a very skillful and powerful deck. Okay, this is the list of 3 purple decks I will introduce to you today. I hope it can help you find inspiration for deck building. Do you think today's video was helpful to you? If it helps, please click the like button and share this video with other cookies. Thank you for watching this video patiently. If you have any question, welcome to leave me a message. Thanks. See you next time. Bye bye.
我是多虑，我们下一次再见，拜拜。